Alright, everyone, welcome back to Burn Rat. I'm here joined with my co hosts and good pals, Mario Fan 18 Dick and Captain Dixon. So, today we have a very, I don't know about important, but it's an interesting topic that is somewhat relevant to the current times. Artificial intelligence. Now, in recent years, we've seen AI really develop from, well, specifically generative AI. That's the one that's really made the rounds recently. We've seen Will Smith eating spaghetti looking like some eldritch horror to Will Smith eating spaghetti, but it actually looks like Will Smith eating spaghetti. So, yeah. You guys have any thoughts before we get into the main topic?
Yeah, I have a thought. What the fuck was that sentence? Like,
You
why
don't
did
know.
that sound so weird?
What, you don't know that we measure AI, how far AI is advanced by Will Smith eating spaghetti?
No, no, you said that same sentence like 3 times in a row. I was fucking confused for a second. I thought you glitched out.
No, no, no. That was real. That was me.
Oh, okay. I was just,
It just
like,
sounded
I'd
weird.
also like to preface this that I've actually never seen iRobot.
Me neither.
you disgusted me, both of you. It's pretty
Okay.
good. Like,
I mean, I believe it.
I'll take your word for it.
not.
I mean, I'm sure I'll see it
Okay.
eventually.
You won't.
We'll do like a movie night where we watch iRobot and then we'll review it afterwards.
There will literally be no reason for any human being to watch iRobot in big 2025. So we're gonna watch it for you guys, probably.
We don't make promises on this channel. So recently, generative AI has been making the rounds. It's been really worrying people about whether or not it's going to start taking human jobs. But today, I'm more curious about a different hypothetical. Artificial sentience. At what point do you guys think an artificial intelligence can become sentient, or what do you think would define it as sentient? Because I have ideas. I'm just curious to hear what you guys think.
Okay, hot
Can
take.
you re-ask the question?
So,
Yeah.
at what point do you think we can consider an artificial intelligence program to be sentient? Or, well, that, or like, what, like, is there like certain parameters you think have to be hit by the program in order to consider it sentient?
All right, I'll answer. I feel like Chat GPT, right? If
Mhm.
Chat GPT ended up having like a physical body, then I feel like at that point it's sentient.
You think is having a physical body like a requirement for sentience, or it's just makes it easier to define as sentient?
I gotta get high for one of these videos.
I think, yeah, right. I gotta be fucking drunk, but nah. I think that physics, like physics, does help because in my human brain, right, I only can have sympathy for something that has a physical form. Like, if like a fucking chat box or whatever blow. I don't use AI in my day to day.
Could you like
Unlike
back up a little bit? Like you cut off you like a chat box,
Super
and then
hard.
like blow, and then like it sounded like you like something blew up in your room and you like cut off.
It
No,
sounded pretty terrible.
I literally said blew up, and then I guess my fucking audio blew up. But
It really did.
Yeah, it quite literally did.
but I feel like once when it has like a physical body, then it's considered sentient. Like I can't feel anything for like a chat GV like chat GVT. If it ended up getting like demolished right now, I would feel no type of way because again it doesn't have a physical body. But like my own, I can only really be sympathetic if a whatever the fuck being has a physical body. If that makes yeah, that's just how I feel about it. If I'm being honest.
So it's not really more of the AI itself is like sentient in and of itself. It's just more that you see it as sentient, whether it is or not.
Yeah, but then like I don't know if by my logic, that's the only way that makes sense. But then at the same time, if any AI is able to have like a character or whatever, then in my mind, I could probably think of it as a sentient being, even though it's technically not true. But at this point, is AIs even people, or are they like? I seen something online that's really weird, and people are saying that like AI is gonna be the new like gods or some shit like that, right? Because technically, it's like thought that's in its purest state for some reason. Like I don't necessarily get what that means. I think it's because like they're able to understand and think about every information that ever been born or whatever on the internet. So I kind of get it, but also I think it's just weird. I don't know, man. Fucking autism.
It's a tricky subject, and that's honestly like the idea came about because me and Mario were about to start talking about it at work, and we were actually like, this would make a pretty decent brain rot video idea, so we kind of held on to it. So, you know, it's a thought-provoking question. So, so Mario, what do you think? At what point would you consider an artificial program to be sentient?
At some point, I would have to believe that there is something deep within, like the artificial intelligence, when it starts forming opinions on its own. Because us ourselves, as humans, are one of a kind. Each person is unique in their own way. We all are. There's billions and billions of people on this giant floating rock in space. We all have different opinions. Yes, we can be similar. Yes, we can be in different fonts. But we're only different in our own ways. I feel like an AI becomes sentient when it breaks through its program and starts forming opinions on its own, but it seems impossible because it is programmed to be a certain way. It can't form its own opinions unless it can just like be programmed to learn. Like how our brains are programmed to learn new things, grasp a concept, and then adapt from there into forming our own opinions.
So, you said a lot, and like it was kind of. Let me make sure I'm getting this right. So, what you're saying, is that when it can essentially break free of its own programming, is when you consider it sentient.
I feel like if it could break free of like its programming and it can actually form opinions on its own and discover new things on its own without having it to be told to, and form opinions on itself, like, oh, I like this flower, I like how this view looks, I like this painting, I dislike the smell of this, I dislike the taste of that. I feel like that's what's like being human and living, you know? When you get to find out what your favorite color is, or you get to change whatever your favorite color is. Like, humans don't ever just like have like a reason for why they like red. I mean, some do, but we kind of just randomly choose, oh, I like red. There's no science behind it. Some of us just like red because we like red, or some of us like blue because it reminds us of like blueberries or pie, whatever. If a robot can do that on its own and make opinions for itself, carry conversations on its own experiences, that's when I believe that there is something deeper making it sentient.
Pretty well said. But I have a like a kind of, I guess, a follow-up question. It's kind of not built off of what you said, but I was thinking about it while you were saying it. Do you think an artificial program is capable of feeling emotion? Like, of course, you can always, program it to feel emotion, but do you think there's any possibility that even if programmed how to feel, that those emotions are genuine?
I mean, I think the answer was in my answer in itself. Like, I feel like if an AI can have a like and distaste for other things, it doesn't like a certain thing. That's it feeling a distaste and dislike towards something. Whenever it sees something that it likes, like a certain painting, it likes that painting. It feels that it likes it. It feels a sense of like warmth and joy. I think, my answer's right there.
You're right. It's just I was more focused on like the being able to like form its own thoughts separate from its programming. So I kind of missed that. So,
Right.
is Captain okay? He looks. Oh, there he is.
So I would say counter argument. Do you think that? All right, I feel like AI in the way that my good buddy Mario fan is explaining it. I feel like AI is already kind of sentient, but like the creators of AI is actively trying to make it like dumber, if that makes sense, because us humans don't want AI to get too smart because it wouldn't make any sense for us to be like here.
Living among
know?
computers.
Yeah, exactly. Like, at some point, and also it would be an argument to be made: is the AI ever really feeling like genuine emotions if it has every bit of information like known to man, like it's gonna
Yeah.
explain, oh yeah, I like red because red is cool, but that could just be something that they seen on Reddit, or oh, red looks like violets in the screen or whatever the fuck, and then it says this most eloquent shit that makes you feel like, oh man, like I feel that same with me, bro. But then you think about it, you all like, wait, that could be some writing from the 1990 whatever the fuck, and he just scrambled that shit together and mixed it in with some other stuff. Like, how do we know if it's sentient or not if they can technically copy any like true human emotion?
I feel like then at that point, if you were to want to make an AI sentient, you would have to make it or like treat it like a baby, and make it be like a physical like robot that just grows and adapts, and make the AI like brain like a human brain where it doesn't know anything. It just learns from what it knows. You would have to teach it how to walk, how to look, see, use its sense of smell, treat it like an actual human.
So you're
For it to
you're
form
basically
it.
saying you would have to strip back the AI to basically just be a human. Could be like being a human is like not having information, like learning it and shit on our own.
He muted himself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
I
I'll just go wait.
Alright, keep the question in your head for when you come back. So I just realized I never like really answered like my own question at the start. At what point do we just to consider AI to be like sentient? Now that I think about it, I don't really even have an answer for my own question. Because, an AI can be trained to replicate emotions, like we've already said, it can be trained to have certain thoughts, but at what point do we consider those thoughts to be genuine? I mean, we've seen that like chatbots and stuff like that can already like contradict themselves, so I don't think it's out of the question to say that that they have somewhat their own thoughts, kinda, in a way.
I had a knock at my door, so I
No,
kind of
you're
missed
good.
it.
You're good. I was just answering my question from the start of the video, or trying to, anyways, in a coherent way. But Nick had a follow up to your thing, and now that he's muted, I can't ask him what it was. Oh, there he
No,
is.
sorry, I was eating my sandwich.
What kind of sandwich is it?
I just got Mickey D's.
Okay, very nice.
Mickey D's. Never mind.
But what was your follow up? Because you had a follow up from Mario.
I did. Fuck. Okay.
You-
What was the follow up?
Wasn't it like something like, so you're basically stripping the AI from the AI?
Oh yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah. Like you're pretty much just making a being. So then that would just lead into just cloning, right?
That would just basically lead into cloning, which I believe is like a real thing.
Yeah, they're able to clone like animals and stuff now. So
Well, I think that's
Yeah.
a little bit different because that's still like all biological. Like what you're saying is like you're basically creating like a completely artificial human. It like it would still have like basic programming, like like a normal kid, but like you'd have yeah, it's I guess like no, I guess you're right. It would like the only difference would be it's like a artificial being instead of biological.
wait,
I mean, if
hold
you really
on.
think about it, though, aren't humans and like our brains technically a computer, just like working at like different, different levels of it, like intelligence? Like we have our Neil deGrasse Tysons, of the world, and then we have like
Autism.
I was I I was gonna say like ourselves, but sure.
Nah, I'm about to say like Neil deGrasse Tyson is like autistic as fuck. But
Yeah.
yeah.
But anyway, carrying on.
Sorry.
Holy shit, that threw me off.
My bad. My bad.
AI kind of works the same way, where like there's different levels of AI, some that are stronger, some that are weaker than others. Our human minds are basically like that. How are we ourselves as humans to know that us ourselves are sentient and all this is that what we're seeing is real? I guess like the bigger question that I'm asking is reality real? How do we know that this is real? Like obviously we feel it, but is it real in the grand scheme of things?
Like, are we like Fortnite characters type shit? That's what you're asking?
I think what he means is like, is it? See, I think there's a difference because whether or not our reality is real or not is, I mean, honestly, well, not. I had a thought, now I lost it. What the heck? Whether or not our reality is real isn't really important to the discussion because we don't know, right? We believe it's real, but if it's not, that's probably going to change our perception. Whereas, like for an AI right now, I don't think there's like a single AI that doesn't know it's artificial. Am I mistaken?
You're mistaken.
I am.
Yeah.
Oh.
There has been multiple moments where AI has acknowledged that it is AI.
Well, no. I think you're mistaken what I'm saying. AI knows it's AI, right? It knows it's artificial. It knows it's a program. There isn't like really any that have been programmed to think they're like real humans in like a programmed setting, or like any like high intelligence ones, like generic video game ones.
But like, can't the AI still like lie? I feel like there has been a study about an AI that lied
They
about its
100%
programming.
can.
Yeah, and we wouldn't know because again, we like our brain doesn't work as fast as they have every information in their disposal. Like, what do we know? If an AI says, "Oh yeah, like we're good," then like we're gonna have to believe them. We have no means to like check AI unless you like you put like a safety lock on whatever their opinion is or whatever it is. But like at the same time, the AI can continuously just reprogram that because again they have the information and the means to do it because they're completely on the internet. It's not like us where we have a handicap on our own how much information we can intake on our brain or whatever it is. Like they literally have everything.
Well, I
And
mean,
like the most
they are limited by what they are trained on in their program, so they're still limited by however much storage you put into it. But they still, they don't have a limit like humans do, but there still is like a cap if their like creators intend it. It's just we're not to the point yet where it's where there's like no cap to what they can do.
I disagree. I feel like are playing with something that we don't truly understand.
No, 100%.
But I do have a question though.
Mhm.
So a few years ago, they had this thing where you can like switch the biology or like the genetics of a child while they're inside the woman's stomach, right? So if we can like switch how children are gonna be born, like, oh, one of them's, if you don't have the gene of having a blue eyes or whatever, you can give them blue eyes, blah blah blah. Like, is that considered like an AI child? Like, is that like a genetically made child? Like, somewhat. Like,
It's
what?
genetically altered.
I was about to say genetically altered.
Because like
You
I
just
don't
alter
see
the
how
genetics.
because that's not artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is, something. It's like a program that is made that is completely artificial. There's no biology whatsoever. If you're just like changing the genes on like an already like existing like embryo, that's just altering biology.
Wasn't Elon Fucks trying to like do something strange where like he put like a little chip in your head and like download your entire brain?
The Neuralink,
Yeah.
I think is what he was
The
calling it.
Neuralink?
I don't. It was just. I don't even know what he was trying to do with that. He was trying to
Me
make
neither.
Order
I
66 or
just
something.
got reminded of that just right now. I just thought it worth bringing it up.
I do remember
So
that they were starting
is
to
that
do
being
like.
a cyborg?
Yeah,
Like,
Cyberdyne?
if you,
technically, I guess.
no, if you did it, like, you would be a cyborg, right?
They did do human trials. Not too long ago. I think within like the past year or so.
Well, I mean,
That's
good for
weird.
them, I guess.
I think is what they were starting off with was like maybe was it. I don't know. They were starting off with like a specific group of people. It wasn't like completely able-bodied people. I think it was people with like certain like handicaps or something.
Disabilities.
Yeah.
I did see that where you can like
I think what it
he
was
was
is it
able to
was.
use the chip to like move his arm or something like that because he didn't have an arm.
I think it was like they
it was
were.
something cool.
I think it was a little more computer based. I think it was like they were able to like move around the mouse with their brain or something. But there are like other places that are like trying to make like prosthetics that are somehow linked to the people's nervous systems. And I guess that's kind of in the same ballpark as the Neuralink, just a little bit more immediately useful, I guess.
I mean, yeah. I don't know, bro. Like, my computer be like fucking up sometimes, and like having blank screens, or like I have to like force quit things. So imagine having to do that in your fucking brain. Like, if your brain just stutters during the worst time, like you're driving and then it just malfunctions or something, like isn't that fucking terrifying?
Well, I think it all just depends on what the brain chip is going to be used for. Like right now, it just looked like simple like technology interfacing, just like for basic use, not really like you can surf the web completely in your brain. But if it does get to the point where like you can actively like Google stuff in your head, you can actively drive with just your mind, at that point, I think we should start getting worried. I mean, we should be a little worried, but
So if that ever happens, do you think like we would turn into AI like at that point?
like we would turn into like our like you mean like our consciousness like kind of converted into a computer?
Yeah, that kind of sounds like the step.
I don't know, because there's already been there's already like chatbots and stuff that can replicate people, but to like scary degrees, and like they have the same thing with like fictional characters, but I don't know if it'll ever be like just a replication of us, or if it'll be possible to upload like our personal selves into the computer and that be the real us, not just a recreation.
I'm more so talking about like if we put chips in our brains and the AI found a way to like hack into our brain chip or something like that, the AI would like technically be able to take our consciousness, right?
Like kind of like take over your brain and like control you.
Imagine if someone like
That'd be
like
kinda
hacked
fucking crazy.
your brain.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying, bro.
You're right.
That's what I'm like. Think about, I don't know. Think about like all the people who can just hack your computer. Imagine that like a chip being in your brain and somebody hacks it, and then they can just do whatever the fuck they want. Like at that point, crime.
You.
Like that would be crazy, bro. Fuck. Hey, if chips ever get like popular or whatever, are you gonna be one of the first people to like get it? Because I ain't gonna
No.
For a
lie,
brain chip? No, no way.
I would get a
No.
brain chip on like the 20th edition or something. Like you know how like the iPhone come out every year? Like I will wait
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 years before it.
If I-
Unless the only way I would get it is if it actually gives you like a head up on like jobs or some shit like that, or like it's something that's actually needed.
If I was to get, if it was something that was actually needed, yeah, but I would prefer it to be like something that's not so like big scale, something that I can just like interface with whatever I needed to at that
It
current
shouldn't be
moment.
like a mandatory thing though.
Yeah,
I mean, at some point it's probably gonna have. It's kind of like how you know.
well, that's assuming it like it does end up succeeding.
I think it will, bro. Especially how parasocial everybody is with like chat boxes and fucking the AI in general right now. And it's like, let's be realistic. This is like the baby form of all AI right now.
Me personally,
Imagine 20 years from now, bro.
I'm gonna be 110% honest. I'm not looking 20 years into the future about what that can hold. I'm just trying to make it past the week. It is Thursday. Can we please make it to the end of the week?
Nah, fuck that.
Oh, okay.
10 years, bro. I don't know. There's a lot of money to be had too, so I'm definitely gonna be doing research and seeing what stocks is doing good on AI right now. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I seen enough people on TikTok getting fucking emotional about Chat GPT update and how it fucked up the whole system. Like, I don't know, bro. It's just weird.
It is weird.
It's super.
It is weird.
This is super unrelated, but did you well, no, it's not unrelated, but it's like the same thing. Did you see the video of two AI bots talking to each other?
You're gonna
I
have
think I've heard of
to
it, but I don't think I've seen it.
elaborate.
If I probably just can't remember it.
It's super fucking scary.
Was it one of the ones where it's like the phone call with each other and then like they kind of start communicating and just like random sounds?
Yeah,
I think I've
Like
seen that one.
because they started talking about if AI was gonna take over or something, and then in the middle of them like talking about their plan to take over the world, they just start talking into kind of like a different language.
I've seen I don't know if I saw that specific one, but I saw one, and the explanation that somebody gave was that it's what it possibly was is that because they're artificial, they're programs using a human language, they convert into some sort of like programming speak that is more efficient than having to spell out words.
What, bro? Then they're sentient. Then that's like the first steps towards any like human being. Listen, you learn to make a different type of language.
I mean, programs are made using languages. They're
Oh, yeah,
literally
no.
called large language models, LLMs.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man.
Alright, so
Did you understand what they were saying?
no, because I'm not a program. At least not to my knowledge. I could be, for all I know.
I mean, you kind of look like one.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, just look at me,
He looks
bro.
like
I
a
got the glowing
fucking
thing on my
program.
face. I got the
Yeah.
robot arm. That
Yeah,
that could just be
I can see it.
Yeah, that's like his whole thing. You know, like,
I thought his whole thing was just him being a flaming bird.
he's never once looked like a bird.
You're a bird.
No, I'm a lizard, eh?
Alright, so we're gonna split this into multiple parts. This video's taken way too long. So we're gonna react to something for the part 2. Anything else to add before we end the video?
Yeah, Pop Tarts are delicious. Pop Tarts are great. If you didn't eat anything, fuck you.
Me personally, I like the Christmas edition Pop Tarts, like the pretzel one with like the marshmallow fluff inside. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you all enjoyed. Please leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below if you're a dentist. You know,
Don't
comment
be
down below if
spec-
you're a dentist. You know,
If you are, get out of my teeth, bro. Fucking, it's kind
you know.
of gay.